The man hung upside down from a pole, holding 2 cups in his hands. He had to use his core strength to fill a bucket with water, but halfway through, he couldn't hold on any longer. He noticed his master had fallen asleep, so he secretly grabbed a ladle and poured water into the bucket. Though the master noticed him cheating, he didn't expose him. The man pretended to be exhausted, and told his master he had filled the bucket completely, but the master then instructed him to use even smaller cups, to transfer all the water from the bucket. He regretted filling it so full earlier, but had no choice but to obey. Finally, it was time to eat. The master asked him to crack walnuts with his bare hands. He gripped the walnut tightly, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't break it open. The master began teaching him the trick to cracking walnuts. Simply applying pressure with just 2 fingertips would easily open the walnut. The master nodded with satisfaction at his progress, but the student still felt cracking walnuts wasn't easy. He begged the master to teach him other martial arts techniques. The master had him place his leg on a stool and repeatedly strike the ground with his palm and the back of his hand. Watching him practice diligently, the master's hands began to tremble with emotion. Whenever the student tried to slack off, the master would increase the difficulty, aiming to unlock the man's hidden potential. Next, the master had him stand on 2 large vats and transfer water from one vat to another. Facing such intense training, the man couldn't take it anymore. When the master wasn't looking, he jumped into one of the vats. At first, the master didn't notice, but suddenly there was no movement from inside. The master rushed over to check, and as he anxiously called out the man's name, 2 hands suddenly emerged from the vat and pulled the master in. The man quickly jumped out, placed a large rock on the vat's lid, and hastily fled the place. By the time the master pushed off the lid, the man was long gone. Later, he was drying his clothes at the foot of the mountain when someone came by and tried to chase him away. Thinking he had learned a few martial arts moves, he believed ordinary people would be no match for him, but he nearly sat on the fire. Angered, he began to attack the stranger, yet after several exchanges, he was no match for the man. Still refusing to admit defeat, the man kicked him down, stepped on his face, and made him crawl between his legs. Humiliated, he ran away as fast as he could, but accidentally fell to the ground. Remembering the insult he had suffered, he also thought of his master. The man went back up the mountain to apologize, but his master pretended not to see him. He poured a cup of wine and brought it to the master. Seeing his sincere remorse, the master decided to teach him martial arts hands-on. Only then did the man understand the importance of the strength training his master had assigned.